The Milan Village Art School was founded in 1988, and originally in this area most of the people here were descendants of Norwegian immigrants. So with them they brought all their arts and their crafts along with them. And there were a lot of artists in this area right down along the Minnesota River Valley, and there was a need to promote artists and art in this area. So a group of concerned citizens got together and started the Milan Village Art School. And originally the school was, there was no school. They would teach classes around town in various buildings. It was very small. There's probably only 5 or 6 classes a year. Then as it grew, we had the opportunity in 1995 to buy the building, the Milan Village Art School, which was a 1915 rural schoolhouse. The building was in fairly poor condition. A lot of time, a lot of volunteer hours have gone into it, and the outside of it is being developed as to look like Norwegian Husford, which is like a Scandinavian art house. The inside is basically as you see it now. It hasn't changed very much. It's pretty much how it was when it was built in 1915. And that's the main building. We probably run about 50 to 60 workshops through that building in a year, ranging from a 1-day class to 5-day classes. At the moment there is a 3-day silversmithing class which is being held in there over the weekend.
Okay, I'm Tom Johnson. I live up at Starbuck, Minnesota. I used to farm years ago, and I was always looking for a hobby. So then I found silversmithing, and I really enjoyed it, and I've been doing it for about 28 years. And I've been instructing silversmithing about 25 years. I teach during the month of May. I teach Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the month of May. Because I live by a lake, I gotta leave some time for fishing. I live by Lake Minnewaska. And at the Village Art School in Milan, we have all the equipment necessary to teach silversmithing. We picked it up little by little, and now we have really the tools that we need to do silversmithing. And I have up to 6 students at a time. I have 6 beginning students right now. And yesterday was their first day, and they really didn't know anything about silversmithing, including how to hammer it, how to cut it with the scissors, how to shape it. And so I demonstrated how to make a ring first. I made this ring as a demo, and then they made their own ring. And with that ring, they learned all kinds of techniques. They learned how to hold the torch, how much heat to apply to the silver, how to shape it, and how to polish it. And then they each made a ring yesterday, and then they started on whatever project they want to do. And I brought some of my wife's jewelry here to give some examples. They may have some ideas of their own too, what they want to make. But we start with the ring, and then we start with some of these things. I show them how to flatten the wire in the center and how to solder it. Then we have a bracelet such as this, where it's called double half round, and we make some marks with a chisel, and then we bend it. We have just a plain one too, which is very attractive. And then we can take a plain half round like that, and then we can make a cluster of raindrops on a bracelet. And then we can have a ring to match. And then this is kind of a unique one. It's called the Optical illusion bracelet. You go like that, and it looks like it spreads apart, but it really doesn't. And then I had some wire left over, so then I made a pair of earrings to match. Your imagination is really your limiting factor. Then we make neck collars like this, and then we make something to go on there. This is a fossil, an amylite that I mounted, and then that just slides right onto one of the neck wires. This is one style of neck wire that we make. We have a this plain neck wire that we can mount it on like that too. So that's another possibility. There's all kinds of possibilities. I've got a very unique method of doing some silversmithing, which is called broom straw casting. And this is the effect that you get with that. You can get similar things, but not exact things. So then you take and have a couple similar things like that for a set.
Where could someone purchase your handmade jewelry, Tom?
Well, it's mostly for personal use. I spend 6 months here in Minnesota, and then I spend 6 months in Arizona at Sun City. And in Sun City, I belong to a silver club there where you can sell your things. I also sell some of my things down at Billy's Maple Tree at Milan here. A gal has a consignment place here, and she sells a lot of things for me too.
My name is Marilyn Hansen. I'm from Big Stone City, South Dakota. I am a student of Tom's. I've been a student for probably 10 or 12 years. And last year I started to teach. We have a need for teaching beginning silversmithing. I taught one in the fall and one in the spring, and I'll have 2 more classes this fall again. You learn a little bit about creativity in this class when you're working with multiple students. You learn different techniques. What works for one may not work for another.
This too.
But sometimes you find a new design or something interesting that people really like. My ring and my bracelet have been kind of the talk of the town lately. So we're working on that and working up a better technique for putting the rings together. There's a lot of soldering in this. And the price of silver has come down significantly this year, so it makes the price a little more friendly for people who want to take classes.
The school was originally started as a Scandinavian art school, and it's to preserve the Scandinavian arts which are out in this area. Probably about 60% of them are still Scandinavian. There's a lot of things like rose mauling. Karen Jensen is in town, she's a very well-known rose mauler. Acanthus carving, which is a type of Scandinavian carving. We have spoon carving. So a lot of those arts and crafts were originally for practical reasons, say spoon carving. But as more people move into the area and people get interested in other things, we've really kind of developed into other areas. We also have the fine arts, watercolor and oil painting, and so it's really quite diverse what we're teaching now. So it's not just the Scandinavian arts, it's a whole range of different art forms. The room we're in at the moment is the Loom Room. The school is getting bigger and bigger, and the main school is not very large, so we had to spread out a little bit. This room is the Loom Room, and if you look around here, we've got 6 large floor looms, which were all donated to us at different times. And they've all been fixed up, and they're warped. This is called warping, which takes pretty much a whole day to warp one of these. But yeah, they're all ready to go, and one of our classes we hold twice a year is our weaving class. And the main thing that they do on these is what's called brag rug weaving. They do run year round. We do have a busy time, which is from January through till mid-June. We're pretty much full every weekend. We have a festival in June, which is called the Spoon Carving Festival, which is kind of becoming our premier event during the year, and that's a weekend event where spoon carvers literally from throughout the United States come out here for a weekend to carve spoons. The Meander Festival, which is the launch of our schedule. Our teaching year is launched at the beginning of October, and the Meander is a Minnesota River arts crawl which goes down from Audenville all the way down through Milan down to Montevideo and Granite Falls, and there's a lot of artists in this building and now in the school. So that's a 3-day event. That's a really busy time for us.